the internet, you have to put on your critical thinking cap. Think, people! Damn it! But as always, thank you guys so much for watching this. If you enjoyed it, or maybe you got a laugh out of it, make sure you click that like button, and make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. I'm going to have a brand new video for you tomorrow at 12 West Coast time, 3 Eastern Standard Time, so make sure you come back to my channel.
What's going on, everybody? Off for here. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
And stolen by Aldridge. And another fast break chance here for the Spurs.
Do you want to do a muscle
and a wide open look for DJ.
Wow.
Opportunity to extend the lead. It's double digits, but it's no good. Covington in the corner. Drops in the triangle. Covington steps this one. He's on the board for 3.
And guys, really admire how Simmons finds the open man consistently. The vision, the unselfishness. That's what you want to see out of him.
That's a foul.
This one's for all of you who always wish, why can't they make a highly suggested workout tool for me? The shake weight is a phallic-looking object that was initially marketed towards women as an oscillating dumbbell that claims it increases the impact of exercise. At nearly $20 per shake weight plus shipping and handling. These things sold rapidly in no small part due to the viral commercial that had people laughing so hard they must have been dying to know if the product was even real. In the first year that it was released, the shake weight made over $40 million for Fitness IQ and the man behind it, Danny Kuntz. In 2011, Consumer Reports released a study in which they found that doing the shake weight routines actually burns less calories than simply walking at a reasonable pace. So don't waste your money looking like you're, you know.
Shot by Odom, no good. The 76ers trail by.
Just in case you didn't feel nerdy enough with those pens in your pocket or purse, now you can wear that ball point around your neck like a real player. What's that? You want more? You got it! Boom! It's a digital clock tube. Nailed it. Marketed to those who are always dropping, breaking, or otherwise losing their pens, the MagnaScribe pen is a writing tool that connects to a circular cloth you wear around your neck. Simply by pulling it out of its dock, you can be writing in seconds, like, 2 seconds sooner than it was if, you had it in your purse or pocket. The commercial makes it seem like this thing is essential for your life. Why glance at your watch or phone when you can awkwardly draw up the string around your neck?
Someone called for the ball because I knew Curry wasn't going to make it.
Sounds like a good idea to me. The commercial also fails to address what happens when you ultimately lose the pen that belongs in the magnet pendant. We just gotta buy another one, obviously. Have you ever returned from a nice walk and thought, man, I wish that walk could have been more difficult and full of embarrassing mishaps? If so, do I have the perfect solution to your too solid walking problem? Toning shoes! This new footwear is keeping people on their toes with different styles such as rocker bottom sole, curved sole, and collapsible heel sole. And by promising to aid in burning more calories with each step, improving muscle strength, and bettering overall balance while making walking, of course, more difficult. But, of course, studies show that they don't do those things at all. In fact, on May 25th, 2011, Consumer Reports revealed that most types of toning shoes just created increased risks of injury to their wearers. Twisted ankles, muscle tears, and even broken bones were becoming common, with some of the injuries actually requiring surgery to fix. Stick to normal shoes, people. There are no shortcuts. Ugh, isn't preparing pasta such a chore? All that boiling and waiting patiently. And don't you just hate all those dishes that you have to do after you cook it? Well, lucky for you, the Pasta Pro is here to make your life much easier. Basically, a pot with holes in the top of it for straining the water. This thing's gonna revolutionize how you sop and you noodle. Just boil, dump, and then do everything else you'd normally do. Of course, the Pasta Pro
I'm really not even paying attention to the screen no more.
Merely eliminating the strainer, which you probably eliminated anyway if you use the lift the pot lid just enough for the water to spill out but not the noodles approach. Still though, how can you go without it? The best part of this as seen on TV item is the commercial itself, which expresses the product's versatility, which allows it to be used on either a gas or electric stovetop. Like pretty much every other pot in existence.
It's not even foul, this is called play defense.
Want to improve your strength, dexterity, flexibility, but without actually working for it? Try the Power Bracelet. This company, whose CEO and PR team, by the way, must go through a lot of undergarments with their pants constantly catching on fire, created some plastic wrist accessories that promise you an increase in physical attributes simply by wearing them. Or at least they did. That is, until they were forced by an Australian Competition and Consumer Commission ruling in 2011 to retract their claims. They also had to apologize and pay out around, I don't know, somewhere around the tune of $57 million for false advertising. The false advertising claims that the
Make sure y'all go look at my
due to holographic technology, which was basically a sticker on the front of the bracelet.
Make sure y'all go look at my video sound. That's my buddy right there. Make sure you go watch my Metal Gear Survive video. Leave some love on it. Right now it's kind of hard to do this video because of, you know, it's kind of hard.
It happens all the time. I
feel like I didn't deserve that.
Are settling down for the night when suddenly one of them farts, ending the bliss forever in the stench of the possessed element that is now hovering around them. Next thing you know, they're in a bitter custody battle as the divorce papers get finalized. If you don't want this to happen to you, then you've got to get the marriage blanket. This ridiculous product sells for just $29.99 plus shipping and handling, and promises to protect your union from the bodily functions you experience by insulating you against each other's odors. Made from activated carbon fabric, which apparently is what the military needs to protect soldiers from chemical weapon attacks, the marriage blanket absorbs your flatulence and saves you from a nasty divorce. Of course, a real partnership could survive a little poopy gap, but don't go telling that to all those potential customers. To them, it's just silly nonsense.
Joel,
Legit, though,
indeed.
how bad
Follow me
your
on the
thoughts
way
got
up.
to be to make me want to get a divorce with you. Less Taco Bell, more veggies. As ripoffs go, few are more clearly not worth your money than those which promise you healthier life and the chance to shed those excess pounds without exercise, like by simply, you know, taking a pill.
Nah, dude, they're so late on calling the foul. He got the ball off way before even, wow.
Products, who in April of 2000 was ordered to settle up with the Federal Trade Commission's charges and paid $10 million in consumer redress after misleading customers with their products. Their products included Exercise in a Bottle, Fat Absorber, Fat Trapper, and Fat Trapper Plus. Calling these products miracle drugs, the people behind these lies actually had the nerve to try it again, this time falsifying scientific studies and violating the court order by advertising and selling new products, Acceleron and Chitrazine. In case you didn't know, there's no pill that can make you lose weight. It's all proper diet and exercise. Unless it's a laxative, and in which case you probably lose a little bit of weight. Sorry, that's gross.
What's up?
Man, when you gotta go, you gotta go. Am I right? But when you're about to tee off on that 10th
Dude, that wasn't even
that urge to pee creeps up
I
on
don't
you.
even care
What
about this
do you
game
do?
over.
What's that? You want to find a toilet, outhouse, or bushes like a normal human being? Why on earth would you do that when there are products like Euro Club to assist you? This incredibly ridiculous secret pee-pee reservoir makes the perfect gift for golfers who can't be more than 8 feet from a bathroom at all times. Grandpa, looking at you. The Euro Club looks like a normal golf club, except the end of the grip unscrews to reveal a tube that's ready to receive your 3-wood. By covering your crotch area with the provided green towel and putting your business inside the club, relieving yourself is exactly the same as using a facility, only more complicated and obvious. Ever wonder why your dad takes a really long time before putting? Yeah, now you know. When it comes to false advertising, it seems like sometimes hiding the lies and a hint of truth makes the advertisers sleep better. Take sauna suits, or the more modern sauna shorts, for example. These things promise to strip you of those extra pounds by making you sweat more, but they're far from a good idea. Now, the truth is in the sweating part. The suits and shorts keep the heat in, increasing your body heat, which makes you sweat. Now, while yes, you lose water weight while you sweat excessively, it's a temporary fix. The first thing you have to do is drink water to compensate, and that's just going to bring the weight right back. What's worse is that using sauna suits, shirts, or any similar style of attempted weight loss can do some real damage to your body. Excessive sweating can lead to severe dehydration, which in turn can lead to organ failure. This one's not just a rip-off, it's life risking. But hey, if you want to lose some pounds, sometimes you just gotta ride the snake. Ugh.
3.
Yeah, don't you just hate it when you're doing your business, you know, dropping the kids off at the pool, you know what I'm saying? And there's absolutely nothing to do but sit there and wait for nature's movements to be over with? Sure,
I'm afraid, dude. How many times are you gonna voice through me?
Or a magazine, or get back to those texts that you've been putting off. But there's got to be something that, while spectacularly unnecessary, will give you something to do and maybe even teach you something. Well, yes, there is! The potty putter! Though now widely considered a gag gift for avid golfers, this bathroom distraction had a real TV commercial teasing it would take some strokes off your game for only $19.99. The ad actually promised to make you healthier by not rushing your business, claiming with the potty putter, you'll take time to play with your putter. Of course, the whole thing is incredibly awkward as nobody putts in a squatting position. And if you do, they're probably pooping their pants and you should get authorities immediately. But hey, thank you guys so much for watching this. And if you got a laugh out of it or you learned something, any of the above, drop a like on it. And of course, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. I'm going to have a brand new video for you tomorrow at 12 West Coast time, 3 Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you come by then.
It's always 2K, dude.
Smiling today, baby. Don't go buy any of these products. And I'll see you then. Peace. You know, some wars are fought over freedom, and some are fought over pastries.
What? How do Lowry still come? Okay, whatever. That's not even
If there was ever a lesson not to mess with your neighbors, this would be it. Way back in 494 AD in Saudi Arabia, the Banu Taglib and Banu Bakr tribes got into a disagreement over a camel. The camel, owned by a woman named Al-Basus, wandered off to go hang out with some of the other camels. Now, Al-Basus's nephew was the leader of the Banu Bakr tribe, and those other camels were owned by the rival Banu Taglib tribe. Now, that wouldn't have been that big of a deal, except that the chief of the Banu Taglibs killed Al-Basus's camel, not realizing that it wasn't one of his own. When her nephew found out, he took an eye for an eye to a whole nother level and killed the chief. That sparked a massive war between the two tribes that lasted for 40 years. Okay, look, I get it, camels are precious, but I'm pretty sure a 4-decade-long war that's still referenced as a warning against holding a grudge wasn't the best way to deal with the problem. I know they got their lovely camel hump, but you just buy another one instead of starting a war and killing people. Be sure. The Golden Stool is the royal throne of the Ashanti people and is believed to hold the spirit of the Asante nation. It's so precious that few people ever get to even see it, let alone sit on it. Asante was located along the Golden Coast in what is now Ghana, and back in 1900, while their chief was in exile, they were dealing with the British trying to colonize their land. But on March 25th, the British governor, Sir Frederick Hodgson, demanded that they not only let him sit on the stool, but also give it to him to bring to the Queen. Oh, that's a bad movement! The request was so
that was a bad pass.
That the chief's mother led an attack against the Brits. The siege lasted 3.5
What's up, Stream? What's up?
Until the Brits, with heavy reinforcements, broke through on July 14th. Sadly, in retaliation, local villages were pillaged and land was sold.
Sure am, dude.
2,000 soldiers and countless more civilians were killed. And all because some guy couldn't sit on a stool. It's not like it was a toilet and the guy was just urgent to make caca. It was just a regular stool. It's just lazy and didn't want to stand up. On September 17, 1788, in the midst of the Austro-Turkish War, an Austrian army of 100,000 men set up camp near the town of Karayashabesh. A group of army scouts crossed the nearby river to make sure that the enemy Ottoman army wasn't close by, when they met some gypsies with a whole lot of schnapps.
So got trash this man's jump shot is.
When more infantry soldiers showed up and demanded that they share, but the scouts refused, and no surprise, a fight broke out and a makeshift...
I might hop on Fortnite after this game, Braden, because this... I'm 74 overall. I just need 2 more upgrades, Braden, and I go up 75 and I get my jump shot creator finally.
Thinking it was the Ottomans invading, soldiers started yelling...
I grinded all yesterday morning to get to 74.
When German-speaking officers started yelling, halt, which sounded to some like Allah. It was just a whole big mess, and then the fight woke the rest of the camp, who joined into the battle. By morning, 10,000...
Yeah, that's probably what I do. I'll probably get on Fortnite. Oh my god! Did you just see what that man... Look at this jump shot, look! Oh, he made that one. That other one was... Let's get it let's get an instant replay onto that 2K. Braden, my dude, I've changed him, dude. He went from that one dude I had him as to freaking this, dude. What the freak, dude?
But then, in 1859, American settlers showed up thinking it was their land.
I'm not even playing for real. I got 18 points and I could care less about him.
American Lyman Cutler found a pig digging in his garden, so...
Wow, would you... Okay, game. Okay, hang on past there, dude.
The pig belonged to Charles
I love passing to people like that.
When the British police tried to arrest Cutler, he called...
Ben Simmons, you ain't splashing at the big fella.
5 British ships and 2,000...
Look at my centers, dude. They're so trash. They just choose not to play defense.
Americans and 14 cannons. But luckily, both sides gave...
Oh, shoot that, Leonard.
Fire if fired upon. So they just kind of sat there. It took over 6 weeks for each side to agree to reduce their armies. But the tension lasted 12 years when America...
Because I think right after this game, I really am going to get on some Fortnite for just a little bit.
Twice next time before you go onto an unknown island and start shooting pigs.
Snap, I jumped and he still kept running.
In 1731, the War of Spanish Succession ended with a treaty that let British traders take 500 tons of goods and as many slaves.
He stole my rebounds. 2K, he stole my rebounds. Come on, 2K, fix your game.
Spain were at war a lot.
Blocking foul.
Julio Fandino,
6 and save. Where's the blocking foul?
Patrol boat boarded the British ship the Rebecca. Fandino accused the captain, Robert Jenkins, of smuggling, and as punishment, he cut off Jenkins' left.
Dude, I didn't even mean to shoot that. Honest to God, I didn't even mean to shoot that fade away.
In 1738,
like I'm not even playing. Like every time it does that.
Lucky for them, Jenkins had kept his ear for 7 years.
Look at my team, dude. If you'd have made that, would have been screwed. These dudes don't know how to pick up on defense and offense.
Oh! 407
Lights out.
And 186
Let's get a replay on that.
Ships were lost. And over 20,000 British were killed, along with 4,000 Spanish killed, and 5,000 total. The war lasted 9 years, with no territory gains or a winner.
Yeah, they're gonna call timeout. Of course they are. That's their 3rd timeout already.
From 1838 to 1839, France and Mexico were involved in the pastry wars. But don't get too excited, it wasn't nearly as delicious as it sounds. At the time, many countries were trying to take control of Mexico, and people were getting upset with all the damage being done to their property. So, in November of 1838, French pastry chef, Monsieur Ramontal, issued a complaint with the French King Louis Philippe. He claimed that in 1832, his shop near Mexico City had been looted and he wanted 60,000 pesos in compensation. So the king gave him his full support and demanded that Mexico pay 600,000 pesos in damages. But Mexico just so France sent a fleet of
I gotta play these
to Veracruz,
last 3 minutes.
the main port in the Gulf of Mexico. Not only did they occupy the entire city, but they blocked the Navy leading to Mexico declaring war on France.
Finna be running through the 6 big fella. Oh, ankle breaker. You already know how it's going.
And got the Mexican president.
What? Wow. 2K? Watch, he's gonna make that though. Oh, MB's there for the hustle rebounder, dude. But yet our teammate can't even do that? Are you kidding me?
The signing of the Treaty of Waitangi allowed the British to legally occupy New Zealand, which wasn't exactly...
Dude, are you...
The British began to take over more control...
Pay attention to the pass.
In the
Stupid faggot.
south to Auckland. This was upsetting to the Maori tribe, which had signed a deal.
Get off me, big bum.
Independence.
Oh, okay, TK. Yep. Let me pull that up. Okay, whatever, dude. But you know what? Oh my God.
On July 8, 1844,
where are you passing to?
Flagstaff that flew the Union Jack on MyCareer.
Dude, where's the?
But it did not.
You don't want to call the foul? I'm gonna make you call like Kobe Bryant did that one game. When he told the rest it was a foul and they didn't call it. Little hoe. You bet your daddy I will.
Having enough on March 11th, 1845, the
that's off.
600 armed Maori stormed.
Wow, so he makes that in my face. Come on, 2K.
Were outnumbered, but eventually
watch this.
won. The Battle of New Orleans was the biggest battle of the War of 1812 between the U.S. and the British. British forces had made their way down.
See, but yeah, my game's gonna be stupid and not.
On January 8th,
how's that a foul?
They marched.
Oh my God!
Major General Andrew Jackson had set up a.
How's that foul, 2K?
That was 3 lines deep and 4 miles long. The fighting lasted until January 16th, and it was one of the war's bloodiest.
Can y'all not stop Simmons or Embiid? I mean, what the freak?
100 casualties compared to the 2,000 British.
Dude, get the F off me, big boy.
Small problem. The
yeah, get bodied in the paint, dude.
That's because when the fighting started, the war was already over. Earlier, on December 24th, 1814, a peace treaty between the US and the UK was signed in Ghent, Belgium, effectively ending the war. But see, 200 years ago, news didn't travel like it does now. And it took weeks for the news to reach North America and the troops. Damn technology, you scary!
Well, Embiid just bodied the paint.
In 1958, Iceland claimed that they had exclusive fishing rights 12 miles off their coast.
Trying to get this dude off of me because you know I could get.
Weren't happy about it because this was 4 miles more than Iceland had before. But instead of dealing with the issue with long, boring things got pretty fishy, like literally. Like a scene from the Three Stooges, the captains from both sides started throwing live cod at each other. At one point, Icelandic patrol boats tried to board the British ships.
Brady, after I end this stream, I'm gonna invite you to my party.
Iceland even tried to blast a British fishing boat out of the water, but was chased away by a gang of British naval ships. By the end of it, Iceland had 6 Navy ships and Coast Guard vessels up against the force of the British Royal Navy. It took all the way up until 1976 for the British, after being internationally mocked and losing
player of the game,
on military
splash,
that they decided to quit and let Iceland.
Yeah, I gotta show the highlight plays in the MB2k.
Don't really want it now, is it? The Kettle War took place in the Netherlands in 1784.
Oh, Sam, he's not even outside, dude.
Humiliating war of all time.
Woo!
At that time, the Netherlands was split into 2 territories: the Northern Netherlands and the Austrian Netherlands, backed by the Roman Empire. Since the late 1500s, the Northern Netherlands had blocked trade ships from using the Scheldt River to access Austria-controlled Belgium. But on October 8, 1784, the Roman Emperor Joseph II decided to send ships, including his prized
and I can't do anything about it because it hurts.
Figuring it was about time that the Dutch just let them use it. No one ever thought that the Dutch would notice, but oh boy, they were wrong.
Wow, corner specialist could have helped me there, but no. You're too trash.
And it hit a kettle of
oh my God, they're so desperate. You gotta call fouls, dude.
Tried to save face by declaring war on October 30th, but no one took it seriously. I'm pretty sure this is where the phrase "pick your battles" came from. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this. As always, I would very much appreciate it if you left a like on it, if you enjoyed this video, and of course subscribe if you haven't yet. Don't forget I'm going to have a brand new video for you tomorrow at 12 West Coast time, 3 Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you come back to my channel then. Have a great day. I'll see you then. There have been many things that militaries have done that have been considered mistakes in the past, but some were bigger than others. Militaries and armies are only successful if their intelligence matches their might, but unfortunately some militaries have made some big oopsies in the past that were either embarrassing or in some cases actually lost them a war. So today we're going to look at exactly what the biggest mistakes ever made were by militaries and what they caused. So let's get right into it.
Freak.
These are the 10 biggest military screw-ups in history. Number 1 is Franz Ferdinand's driver. Do you know that World War I could have been avoided? Well, that's what some experts believe anyway, as many historians state that the assassination of Austrian Archduke Franz Ferdinand and his wife Sophie were what really started it all. On June 28, 1914, before the assassination of Ferdinand took place, there was a previous assassination attempt in which the driver of the car...
Wishing you and your family a happy year of the Easter. TNT shop.
Instead of going to the hospital, he drove the car right into the path of 19-year-old Gavrilo Princip, one of the 6
I'm the end of the video here, guys.
Took advantage of this and shot both
Brendan Oldham ain't doing so good in the season. We gonna get better. We gonna get better. The grind don't stop. You know how it be. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video. And soon. Peace out.
Put that on his resume. Embarrassing.